This is the one and only TQuest. You are tuned into the TQuest show, relatable, informative, yet entertaining. Shout out to all my fans out there and all my listeners, because you guys know I love you guys so freaking much. But if you are new to the TQuest show, welcome. And if you haven't already, download that TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store for free. Sign up for my mailing list on my website, gottalovemeworld.com. And remember, since I appreciate all my fans, you never know when I may actually contact you, be like, what's your cash out? Because lunch or dinner is on me. And why is that? Because I love and appreciate all my fans and supporters. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you. And you need to cherish these people while they are here today. Give them their flowers that they are here today. So, like I said, if you haven't followed me already on social media, make sure you follow me at TQuestGLM on all social media platforms and download your TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store. If you are tuned in from any streaming platform or radio station right now, tell a friend, tell a friend. If you are tuned into any of the lives, share, 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 because you guys know when it comes to the T-Quest show, I'm always interviewing interesting guests, whether it's an independent artist to mainstream to a chef, celebrity chef, an author you never really know. And you guys know I'm not like everybody else because just like my clothing line, I am a rare breed and I like to get to know people. I like to get to know the silent cry behind their grind. How did you get to where you are today? Tell me your hurt and your pain that went into your music or into your book. Let me know what's really going on. Because if you are a music artist, your music going to speak for itself. But who's going to speak for you? So, as expected, you guys know I have a special guest today, right? And we're going to bring him on. We're going to dig deep into the story of J Monday.
Uh,
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, T-Quest? How you doing?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. I can't say enough how much I appreciate you having me on the show.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for the ones who may not know who you are, shame on them, but we're gonna make that right now. Tell them who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, okay, it's Jay Monday. That's Jay Monday. I hail in Raleigh, North Carolina, by way of Florida. That's kind of where I grew up for the most part, but was a transplant to Raleigh, North Carolina, about 2009. So kind of both my home. I've been both places for pretty much half my life. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, it's just one question I love to ask my guests because over the years, some people's answer is always the same, and there's others that it changed because when it comes to our life timeline, you never know what's going to happen, what's going to shift, right?
right.
So when we were younger, we had an assignment. When I grow up, I want to be. What did you write?
I wanted to be a physical therapist,
Is
a
that
doctor,
right?
physical therapist, actually.
Okay. Okay, that is beautiful. And tell me why.
Injury, honestly. I was around injury a lot of my life, a lot of strokes, a lot of like quadriplegics, things of that nature. And so seeing the plight of those individuals just wanted me to, what kind of instilled in me that the medical field is kind of the place to be if you want to directly assist people, and that's kind of what I fell in love with.
Okay. And at a young age, correct?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally understand that because one of the professions I want to get into is be a psychologist. And before working for like in the medical field, I was working for a chiropractor. So I was always helping people with their injuries and stuff. And I'm like, I always want to be like a doctor, but I'm like, I can't take people in pain, or the blood and the depth and the sicknesses. But
Right.
it worked out. I ended up working for a chiropractor and it still was able to help people,
Right.
even like a paraplegic. And that stuff is not easy. And,
Not
they
at
was like, I appreciate you being here. I'm like, hey, you're a trooper. You're still here. You're
facts.
still taking advantage of this life that you have instead of making excuses because you're not 100% mobile.
Right.
So I
Right.
totally understand that. Now, of course, I read your bio, but for the ones who don't know, because a lot of people are strangers to you, did your
Right.
dream come true?
100%. Yeah. So that's kind of why I got in the music game a little late. For the most part, because I was going to get my doctorate in physical therapy. Initially, my undergrad in athletic training, where I worked at several universities with their sports teams. In the interim, then I got into graduate school and got that doctorate. So yes, I was able to accomplish my first dream, and now I'm pursuing that second one for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, talk to the people to where music came into place.
2004.
Okay.
Very specific time. There's this guy, man. His name was DB. We called him. Super influential guy in my life, just in general. Always positive. He finally just dropped some Erykah Badu on my computer one day, back when LimeWire and all of that stuff was popping. And I fell in love with that genre of music, and that kind of just slowly grew to all different genres: pop, country, like soul music, rap, hip, everything. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what initially struck me. Was just that interaction, that one interaction with that individual, and that kind of sparked everything.
Okay, beautiful. Now, when it comes to the industry of music, do you consider yourself a hip hop artist, an R&B artist, neo soul artist? I don't like to assume, so I rather the artists tell me themselves.
That's a good question. I have not figured that out yet. So I just released my visual mixtape, the homage mixtape, where I kind of show that diversity, where I'm doing basically some covers and most remixes of some of my favorite artists of today's time. So it goes from Snow Allegra's "Want You Around" to Lil Wayne's "Uproar." I even have like Drake's Pound Cake on there, Erykah Badu's "Apple Tree," her Daniel Caesar and her "Best Part." Like I have, like it's just a variety of styles. So I haven't figured that out yet, and I think the tag for me will be that he's just so diverse. Like he can go pop, he can go super hip hop, he can do something in between, a little neo soul, like anything that I was influenced in early on will manifest itself in my music so clearly.
Okay. That's kind of awesome because a lot of artists that I've interviewed and I have conversations with, I'm like, what's your demographic? What is your market? Who are you aiming towards, right? And here they go. You know what I'm saying? I got something for everybody. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay, that's a cliche answer, but you guys really can't back it up. Your music is not for everybody. You just want everyone to like your music, and they don't realize there's a difference in that.
100%.
It's definitely
100%.
a difference. You guys are not diverse artists. You just want everybody to like your music.
Right.
But with you, I'm just like, I can pretty much tell that you are a diverse artist and you can jump into all those genres and still do it with excellence. So I commend you for that because
I appreciate it. That's one thing I pride myself on is being diverse, just a diverse individual, not attempting to do that in my music. And I think that's the biggest like hang up for a lot of people. They're trying to be diverse as opposed to just naturally being that way. And so when I present that to the world, it kind of comes off I wouldn't say effortlessly, but it's just a smooth transition. Like I'm not forcing it at all because I actually listen to Erykah Badu. I actually like Wayne. I actually like Billie Eilish. You know what I mean? Like those are artists that I just genuinely like, and I love what they're doing in the pocket, out of the pocket, ad-libs, like the whole thing. Just how sometimes you can hear the pain in the song, and other times you just know they're having fun. You know what I mean? So I try to bring that to my catalog as well. So.
Absolutely. That's super awesome. And what I love about it the most is with you being a culture artist, you're not like the cliche artist that's out here that gets highlighted the most. That good music, that feel good music, just clean music. They really don't put out there too much on mainstream. And with us, with the new generation, they emulate what they see and what they know, that when true gems like yourself come around, they be like, what is this? Like, I'm like, no, really pay attention to the essence of the music that he's producing. And you never know, you might actually like it. But then you have another market that's like, yes, this is a music I've been fiending for, and just waiting for someone to produce it again.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. And that's crazy. You kind of took the words out of my mouth. But I will say, I think most people are fiending for that natural, organic, original sound. So like the hiatus that J. Cole was just on, and then the resurgence of just real hip hop, and just the reaction, not just to that southeastern region. It was pretty much throughout the nation, and people just waiting for that sound. And so that just lets me know that that's not a dying sound. It's just something that people kind of we miss it because we're so, like, we just habituate to the melodic, Migos, Drake, that kind of feel. That to get real hip hop or to get real music that can kind of be played on the more pop style stations, and you can still play it on that hip hop station, that people just will gravitate to that naturally, just because that's just an organic feel that it's undeniable. You know what I
mean? Absolutely. I like talking to smart people. I'm telling you, it's just I talk to people every day, all day. Artists contact me every day, all day. They're like, I want to get on your show. I want to get on your radio show. I'm like, right? Because I get it. It is a job, right?
For sure.
For the fact that this is what I do and this is my profession, I don't want to just interview people or put music in rotation just because they're paying me to do it. No, like I actually want to enjoy who I'm conversing with. I really want to get to know you. I want to actually become a potential fan of your work. To the point I'm like, look, when you come up with a new single, definitely let me know. And if I love it, I will be honored to put it in rotation. Because that's the way it should be if people actually take the time to make quality music.
Yeah, you're exactly what the culture needs, I believe. Because like the industry has just become such a machine that they can kind of pick and choose, because the machine is the machine. You can put in Barney songs and it's gonna go because of the machine. And like I said, that habituation, man, people just get so accustomed to hearing somebody on the radio all the time that they'll, eventually you're gonna love it. Eventually you're gonna just love the song because you're gonna know it. And then when you're out, you're gonna want to hear things that that song comes on, you automatically kind of hop on it because that's the song, and it's it's a machine. But to really produce something that is just quality work and that people naturally gravitate to, that is not just kind of crammed down their throat, is what I'm trying to attain. And I think I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I think the quality is there. It's just finding the ears. And what does that process look like? Is it, the streaming world is just a totally different market, and doing shows is a whole nother thing. And, it's just your overall presence in both areas is a must. So it's kind of, figuring that part out and trying to come up with your own formula to get those organic listeners, but not be a trendy guy that is, trying to do the latest thing in order to get more people to hear your music. It's a battle for artists right now, but it's one that I'm willing to face now. I'm super comfortable doing that. So that's where the world is musically.
Absolutely. And I think one of the reasons why you're so super comfortable with doing it, because you took the time to study your craft.
100%.
You took the time to study the business. But
100% for sure.
Most importantly, you took the time out to study you as a man, as a businessman, and as an artist. And that plays a big deal, because if you don't know who you are, and if you don't know what you want to put out,
I'm not gonna lie. You said something just then. Like normally, like I'm not easily caught off guard, but I never even thought about giving the time to find out who I am to my core, so I can be true to that instead of doing both simultaneously. You know what I mean? That's
absolutely.
Yeah. You said something just now.
Well, I can get deep sometimes.
I like talking to smart individuals as well.
You get it, right? But it's true. I remember I interviewed an artist and their rep got mad at me because they was like, well, I think you're the reason why I ended up being in a bad interview. I said, me? I'm everyone's favorite. What do you mean? They was like, well, we asked you for pre-questions. I'm just like, I never do pre-questions. Why? Because I'm not a messy personality. I don't cut deep. I'm not disrespectful. I literally ask people simple questions. Is it really my fault that you don't know how to answer that? Like, if I ask you, who are you as an artist? And if you can't answer that, that's not my fault.
That's a fact. Yeah, man. But, like Lupe say, sometimes you got to make co-answers where you say the question and the answer at the same time. So, for some people, so it's that's the biz.
and I'm still going to handle my business, regardless. I'm still going to out here being great.
Respect.
It's
Respect.
true. So, like I said, with you saying that someone inspired you to start doing music
Hmm.
later on in life, that's cute that they inspired you, but we have to talk about that process with you training yourself as an artist. You say you do the hip hop and the R&B, and either the vocal ability was natural or you had to actually train it. So what was your process getting yourself together as a recording artist?
Oh, I definitely had to train. The instance that kind of clicked everything was the one time I got vocal lessons. I was just singing around the house a bunch of times and just decided, that's kind of something I wanted to pick up. And then doing that, that led to me just kind of playing around on Snapchat. Vocals were starting to get more and more polished, and a bunch of people just reaching out like, "Yo, you should probably record that," because I would do a lot of freestyles of just like harmonizing or whatever. You should probably record something. And then boom, I recorded something, and then I just kind of put it out amongst my friends, and they were like, "Yo, I think you got something." So then I put it out amongst like social media friends, and they're like, "Yo." And then I put it out on Spotify, and then first song by myself, recorded in a room somewhere. I had an engineer kind of mix it up. It got 26,000 streams. I was just like,
Nice.
oh, I think I might actually have something. You know what I mean? And one thing led to another. My first 11 songs were my first album, and it does not sound like your first album should. And I think that's to what you said. I took time to develop, so it's kind of like I've been doing it for years, but I haven't been doing it for years. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so that background work was vital to the sound that I kind of developed, and then just interacting with individuals. And my entire life, I've always listened to music differently than everybody around me, because I've always been like, would I have said that? And if the answer is no, and it was good, that artist is amazing to me. And as I started doing that, I only was amazed by the really amazing artists. Like, I was never a trendy guy. Like, I was never, don't disrespect, but I was never like a huge Soulja Boy fan. You know what I mean? But when I listened to like the Kanye's and the Blueprint, Jay-Z, like those, I was just like, ooh, that's different, and that is like next level. You know what I mean? And so that kind of trained my ear for what good sounds like. To me, in different genres. I did that with country music, whether it was Rascal Flatts or Jason Aldean or whatever. I just kind of had that same method for all of it, and that kind of trained me for years. Ever since middle school, I was training, and I didn't know that's what I was doing. So now when I'm trying to listen to a certain sound that makes me feel good, it ends up being a certain specific type of flow that I've merged between all of these influences with my own little J Monday twist on it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the beginning progression till now.
Okay. That's super
I
dope.
hope I answered your question.
Not at all. No, I'm joking. You definitely answered my question, and you opened the door for more dialogue, because like we were stating earlier, everyone is not going to be your fan. Everyone's not going to be your supporter. Everyone's not going to like your music. And does that mean you're a bad artist? Just everyone is not your fan,
Right.
And I tell artists, I'm like, look, this song right here that we're critiquing, me and my DJs, for me personally, it's not a song that I will put in rotation, not in my personal deck, and not on my radio station. That does not mean it's a bad song. I'm just not your fan, and maybe just not the fan of this particular song. Like you stated with Soulja Boy, Kanye, and Jay-Z. Soulja Boy, the way he came in, he really sparked the whole social media life and trending world and YouTube and all that stuff. Marketing wise, was genius. What he did was incredible. But just because you did all that and you made tons of music and you have millions of fans and making so much money does not mean I'm automatically going to be a fan of you because of your flash.
Right. And it's not even it's to me, that style of music isn't isn't like I'm gonna be your fan. You know what I mean? That's just like the dude who made the Casper Slide Party 2 song. Like, I'm not a fan of his. It's just a great song. At every cookout, you're going to hear that song. It's a smash. But is it that style of music is just not gonna make me a fan. That's all.
Absolutely. And it's not for people to feel no type of way. It just should be like, okay, I get it. Or I tell people, you can take any negative and turn it into a positive. If this person's not your fan, won't you actually dig into your creativity?
Mm-hmm.
and see if you can create something that they will actually like.
Or stay in your lane. You can either
Or
or.
stay
Either
in
or
your
works,
lane.
you know?
Absolutely.
Because you're not going to hear a lot of J. Cole in the club.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
But he's a super mega star.
Absolutely.
So everybody has their lane, you know, and that's your comfortable spot. Stay in your comfortable spot, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. But only people who know that is people who are true to themselves and know who they are and what exactly they're trying to do or who they're trying to market to.
100%.
Exactly. The part
100%.
people forget about this is the music business. The business part plays a major factor. Period.
Yeah, for sure. Starting to realize that music is less and less of importance. But like I said, because you can change those people out, the machine is the machine. So there's the intangibles that are mandatory.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk more about your music, okay?
Sure.
There's so many subjects out there, right? There's so many different stories and experiences. So when you're ready to pick up either the pen and pad, type it on your iPad, your phone, your computer, whatever your choice is to express yourself, what are the main topics that you are writing about?
I have songs pretty much for any situation. So I come from where a lot of people in that southeastern region come from. You know what I mean? So I'm surrounded and ensconced in all of that negativity, but I happen to be blessed with perspective. And I was just, you know, shown the way by nobody but God, you know, the right steps to take associating with certain people. Just certain things didn't feel right. So, but being around that helped influence, like I can kind of speak to these people. I know that language.
Absolutely.
I know that language. And so I also can speak to people like myself who are in those situations, but just not about that type of life. You know what I mean? Just I would prefer just not to indulge in that. And then I can also speak to individuals who are successful, because that's where I am now. And so, which I have a few songs that kind of speak from the perspective of you don't have to be LeBron James in order to be perceived as that to your immediate circle. You know what I mean? To the point where you're like, who does the go-to man go to, that type of feeling? So I have songs that speak to that. I have songs for the ladies. I have fun songs. I have twerking songs sometimes, but I don't really dip in that bag a whole lot. But I got a few just to let people know I can do that too. You know what I mean? They just range. There's a variety of genres that I can go into and a variety of topics that I talk about. So it's not a one-trick pony, man. But I don't think anybody is.
No, not at all. Not at all. Now, my question for you is, being such a diverse artist, which subject or genre captures your heart the most?
Pain.
Tell me why.
Because it's a thing that kept me alive for so long. That surreal face, walk with a different type of step, so you're not approached by a certain individual. So you're not food for these wolves. You know what I mean? So you and being in that just helps deal with trying to not suppress but understand that side of who I am, and doing that and being able to make a song that eloquently states what I'm trying to say, and it's not so complicated that everybody can get it. It's very, very refreshing, and it just allows me to sigh after I'm finished. So very therapeutic, to, you know, not to be super cliched, but
no, it's not about being cliche. At the end of the day, whether we like it or not, I always flex the fact that we are individuals and it's okay to be different. It's okay to be you.
for sure.
But at the same time, we are all of the human race, so we can relate with one another on multiple occasions.
100%.
And there's nothing wrong with that neither, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to stay where we are. And I want you to tell me about a situation that occurred in your life respectfully, that you turned to the pen and pad and just writing the song started to help you heal whatever you was going through in that moment.
Not so related to pain, but understanding who my father actually is. So my dad and my mom are married, have been my entire life. I have 6 brothers and sisters, there's 7 of us. and it was 9 of us in a 3-bedroom. We made it work, but we're so close. And for a long time, I didn't understand that guy. We just had friction for some reason. And me growing up as an adult, I started to understand things. I became a father, became a husband. Like, I understand certain things now and what kind of mindset this guy had to be in that type of situation. And so understanding that, I just wanted to let him know none of your lessons have gone without notice. And you helped mold me into the man that I am today. And I made a song called Father's Laws. And it just talks about different things that he taught me growing up that are still with me. And, you know, it's a Father's Day anthem, honestly, for all fathers, but mine in particular.
Gotcha. Okay. And you already released that song, correct?
I did. That's on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can get it. On the album Path Less Travel, spelled with 2 L's specifically, because it's a path less travel.
Okay, beautiful. Now I want you to segue into talking to me about a fan who has heard the song and they related to it and they told you about it.
Yeah, so I was in Atlanta on a radio show, and my friend came to pick me up from the hotel, and we were just driving and listening to it, and he was like, "Oh man, my friend lost his dad a couple years ago. He has not heard the song," and so he played it. He played it for him on speakerphone, and the dude started crying, man. Dude started crying. He was just like, because in one part of the song it says, "I want to give you flowers because you're still here," and when he heard that part, he just started to weep, man. And I felt him in that moment, and my dad is still here. So that kind of hit me differently, and I just wanted more of that. Like, whatever he's dealing with, if this song can help him get through it or make him feel a little bit closer to his father, then I'm all for it.
Okay, beautiful. And what was the name of that again?
Father's Laws.
Father's Laws. Okay, all right. And that's what it's all about. You want to. People do things for different reasons, and then you have some that just want to really express themselves because music is therapy, and it's a beautiful thing when you, right from the heart, produce quality music.
For sure.
Because that defeats the purpose of having a deep topic and the song comes out hot messes. But to produce quality music, no, you're laughing, but I'm dead serious. I've literally had someone come to me like, "Yo, Quest," I'm like, "What's up? I got this song I'm dead with the kids about, you know, how we got to stop the violence in school. Like, it's a great inspirational song, PSA." I used to put in the station, and I heard it. I was like, well, now the therapist coming out. I think it's a beautiful thing that you did a song with the kids and a video, and you want to put out positive music. They're like, "No doubt, no doubt." I said, "But I will not be playing this." They said, "Wait, what?" I was like, "No disrespect, but the song is not great. It's not a great quality. The levels is off. Like your cadence is off. Like it's just overall not great quality. And unfortunately, it's not the standard for me to put in rotation. Because after a while, it's not about the subject. It's all about the project as a whole. Because
100%.
what you're trying to get out there will not be received because the low quality in this song."
Right, and you have to hang your hat on that for putting it on. So I respect you, you know, staying true to the quality for sure.
I'm still like, I appreciate that, but it's a no for me. Why? Because I have to be open and honest with people. They say, "What's the ingredient of you being who you are, Quest?" I said, "I treat people the way I desire to be treated, even if they don't treat me that way. I'm going to be respectfully open and honest with you because that's what I desire from you."
Facts.
This is
I like that. I like that.
Absolutely.
See, I'm a different approach. I just stay out of the way. You know what I mean? I just stay out of the way. Now, if you're seriously open to me having that dialogue with you, I will keep it a bean. But other than that, like, I just stay out of the way. Like, don't send me nothing unless you like ready for me to tell you, like, "Yo, this ain't really where it's at." But in that, I do give advice afterwards. Like, not just try with this type of flow or like, you know, go up on this part or down. You know what I mean? Just so I'm not just like, "Nah, get it out of here."
Yeah, I can't just do that because of who I am in the career that I've built. So it's not easy for me to be like, "Nah, I'm ignore this or ignore that."
Respect. Yeah, you don't have that luxury.
I really don't have the luxury. This is my life now. So it's the path I've chosen. So I just have to find my own ways to maneuver through it properly. And once in a while, I get an amazing gym like yourself. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That was smooth.
Absolutely.
That was smooth.
Oh, because I'm smooth, Jay Monday.
I'm starting to pick that up.
Though, and you could my slogan is "Gotta love me," and people realize that after their first experience with me, right?
Right.
Because the Quest effect is definitely real. Now, let's have some fun because I want these people to really get to know you as an artist. Talk about this song that you present to us today.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about the single that we have.
Okay. Which one?
Which one? You don't even remember. No, let me stop.
Which
one? I'm talking about Apple Tree.
Okay. Apple Tree, man. Gosh, Apple Tree is one of my favorite songs by Erykah Badu. That's, again, on my homage mixtape, just kind of paying respects to some of the greats, you know what I mean? And so it's my own little rendition of Apple Tree. And that is like a super jazzy live band instrumental of that song. I think it was done by I Am Fly, which they're a crazy, crazy band. And I wanted to link with them somehow. So I felt like that was an opening to kind of link with them and do something pretty cool. So Apple Tree is definitely one of my favorite sit in a car and just kind of vibe out type of songs.
Yeah. It's funny because when I heard it, I'm like, why am I getting like an Erykah Badu vibe from this?
That's what it is.
I literally said that.
For sure.
So is this going to be this is a single on your project, up and coming project, or what's the deal with the song?
So we just released it on Audio Mac, hosted by the real DJ Spins. Okay. And it's actually doing pretty good right now. We're just, trying to promote, man, because this project from start to finish is just crazy. And the visual aspect of it, the fact that it's a visual mixtape is just, it's nuts to me. To have an idea in your brain and have that manifested exactly like you wanted, and being able to see that in real time, it's just, there's no other feeling like that. So.
Okay, so you're talking about this is a visual mixtape. Does that mean there's a visual for this song?
There is. There's a visual for each song. It's a five song mixtape, and there's a visual for each one, and it's like a slow progression to the crescendo of uproar.
Okay. Now, this visual for this, is this like on YouTube for people to check out or what?
Yeah, for sure. It's on YouTube. If you go search Homage Mixtape, it's just spelled with an H. And it's J.Monday. You'll be able to find that there.
Okay. Because I got to find that, right?
Oh, please do. The order, it's from start to finish, so it's kind of like a movie style. So you go from the first song, it kind of transition to the next. You can kind of watch it all on that one video.
Okay. Because anybody who knows the TQuest show, they know that, especially with our DJ El Nino, he's phenomenal. And the one thing we love is the way he flexes music videos as a video DJ. Right? And he definitely is going to be blessing us with your song today. But I did not know there was a visual for this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So everything on this mixtape has a visual.
Find that for sure. Now, you say J Monday, and then you said it's called what?
Homage Mixtape.
Amish? Like the culture?
No, like paying homage.
Homage.
Oh! Yeah, I didn't want to say homage like on the radio because that's not how you pronounce it. So I just wanted to say it the correct way. But yes, if you're trying to type it in phonetically, it's homage.
Homage. Got you. Paying homage. Okay. I'm definitely going to find that for sure. And we're going to make sure we play that on your on the show visually because that sounds super awesome. That's what we're all about. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I was really proud of that project.
You should be proud of it, and tell the people why you're proud of this project.
Oh, it's my baby, man. It's the first visual I've ever done, and I directed it. I hired the videographer. I had a makeup crew on staff that I hired. I brought my guys in, like my friends in. My sister's a part of it. It was just something that I did that is high quality production. It's more like a Tiny Desk type of feel. And it's just super groovy, man. If you are, a vibe type of person, like this gives you all vibes. And then if you want to turn up a little bit, we got uproar in there too for you to turn up. So it's super dope. Super dope. And it's barred down. Even the slow songs are barred down. If I could do a bar breakdown, man, she would go nuts, man. You would go nuts.
Okay. Well, as an entertainer myself, Uproar is one of my favorite songs. Because the beat and stuff is super awesome. Now, okay, so I've always done my research and I found it, and it's like 13 something minutes long. Now,
yeah, that's all 5.
So that's all 5 together, not it by itself.
Yeah. So I didn't chop them up into individual videos yet. I didn't want to take away from the overall project until it kind of leveled out, and then I'll release individual videos.
Okay. Now that makes sense to why it took me so long to find it. You kind of do like one of them Beyonce things. You just do the whole thing all together, and and you just sit back, listen, watch, and enjoy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But luckily, Apple Tree is just the second song in, so it's not hard to get to.
Okay. Well, of course, we don't want to rush the process.
Not at all.
Have to get into the essence of J Monday. And before we even do the whole musical flex for our listeners, let's bring it back. Where does J Monday stem from?
That's a great question. So my first name starts with a J, which is whatever. But the name J Monday
starts with a W?
Say again?
You said my first name, but whatever starts with a W. So I know whatever is not your first name.
No, I said my first name starts with a J, but whatever. Like, that's just like so obvious. But the J Monday.
No, I guess I was trying to hint to you that I wanted to know your first name.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I tried to talk around. You're quick.
Absolutely. But I'll let that slide today. I'll just ask again off the air.
I'll tell you off air. Yeah. But the overall name is, so try to make this story short. So in my entire, my life is so calculated. And just because I'm just very conscious of where I put my feet when I go places. But music is the one space that I don't have to worry about things, and it just comes so naturally. So with my name, I just wanted whatever felt good to be the name, and J Monday happened to be that name, and I just thought it was super groovy. So that's just where we at.
Okay, I need you to dig a little deeper in that short story, because I'm still trying to figure out where the Monday comes in at.
There's no reason for it. Honestly, I promise. It was just something that I like, and it's something that sounded nice. So the deeper meaning comes from the just the free feeling I have in music, and that generated the idea for just the J Monday. And I thought that was just super dope. My last name begins with an M as well, but I'm gonna talk around that as well. So.
I noticed. I'm paying attention.
So the J and the M derives from my name, but the Monday is just something that just felt good. It felt good, and that's something you can't teach. It's just knowing what feels good sonically, and music is just a gift. It's just a gift, and I think that allows me to take advantage and when I'm recording for sure, and just like, that's not it, you know what I mean, or this is the one, and I'm trying to use that all the time when I'm creating. That's the one thing I try to hold close to the chest. It's just that ability and that freeness that I have. So that's the name J Monday.
Okay. And I think the main reason why I'm gonna let that slide is because of where TQuest stems from.
So when you told me about that, I was just like, well, she will feel me when she, you know what I mean? But apparently not. Apparently I need to have her.
I get it. I totally get it. I'm like, where your name from? I'm like, it randomly came to me out of nowhere. But eventually, as time went on, I realized why it organically came into my life. Because of the journey and the quests that I'm on. So that makes sense. And with you, you can really dig deep into J Monday. And Monday, for certain people, is the beginning of their week.
Right? It is. So you can definitely do a lot of stuff with that Monday.
Exactly. But beginning of the week, it's a new start. It's a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? A reset, a revamp, a recharge.
Second chapter.
You get it, right?
Yeah. I feel you, but I'm an honest Abe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna change the you know what I mean. I could definitely use it to be super creative and mysterious, and create some sort of mystique about myself. But the actuality is that joint just sounds tough, man. Exactly. I just love the way it sounds.
Exactly. J Monday. What are you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing J Monday. On a Tuesday, yes, because I could do that.
Talk to me
now. No, I get that. And one thing I'm realizing from what you stated is everything doesn't have to be broken down like that.
Nah.
Just like with dreams, they're like, oh my God, I had this dream and it said this. I'm like, okay, every dream doesn't have a meaning. You know,
you were just watching Simpsons.
Exactly. But that's just society. I'm just like, won't you just relax, breathe? Right. Maybe you ate something late. That doesn't affect your dream. If you ever watched The Cosby Show, he had a sub.
Talk to him, man. I love The Cosby Show. I'm going to say that. He's Cliff Huxtable,
You remember that episode? He ate late, and they all ended up pregnant. So,
for sure. Yeah, I definitely remember that episode. It's a classic.
Late night snacks, and maybe you wouldn't have dreams like that. Even when it comes to music, right?
For sure.
For real.
And I do that enough in my music to not have to do that anywhere else. And like the introspective, like deep stuff, I can go there musically. So I get that fix. I don't need to build it up for my persona.
Exactly. And that's exactly where I was gonna go with this. See, we here.
Right there. We here. I feel you. Yeah.
But I wanted to flip that a little bit because a lot of true like hip hop heads and music artists, they cringe when people be like so simple in their music, like didn't really, put no effort into it. And I get that to a certain degree. But at the same time, everything you express don't have to be complicated. Everything you express doesn't have to be a riddle. Every lyric and bar in your music doesn't have to be a metaphor or a punchline. It's just all about how you deliver it.
Exactly. Sometimes you just need to say, shut up. Like that is enough. You don't have to say, be quiet at the end of the lines of the you don't have to do all that.
No, I'm not very fond of this tone. So maybe you should bring it down to a mute. Like you
exactly.
Say that. Like, no, shut up.
Exactly.
But with the utmost respect. You know what I'm saying? But this has been an absolute incredible experience interviewing you on the TQuest show.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
It's been great. But this is a radio show, and we're interviewing a recording artist. So it is time for our DJ El Nino, to bless the people with your amazement, and with him doing all the flexes that he do, super dope. You'll see. He's actually going to flex your video with your music. But for the fact that you are calling in, I'm going to personally make sure that we get that clip out for you to see this experience and check it out for yourself, okay?
Yeah, I appreciate that. For sure. Good looking out.
Absolutely, because that's what we do over here in the world of GLM, okay? So let's back out and introduce your song and everything to the people.
Yo, this is J Monday. Apple Tree, also the visual mixtape, the homage mixtape. I hope you guys enjoy. I know you're gonna enjoy it. We lit. Follow me everywhere. That's J.Monday 9390. Holla at your boy.
There you go. And for right now, as DJ El Nino come off mute, we're about to flex this thing just for you. You'll be able to hear, but the rest will be able to see it.
It was a stormy night out on the fofo. Niggas slanging onions and they got them for low. It was a stormy night out on the fofo. Niggas slinging onions, they got them for the low. It was a stormy night out on the fofo. Niggas slinging onions and they got them for the low. Ladies on the corner in them heels for the dodo. The transfer of power have them rangers at your front door. Yeah, but I was cruising trying to get to 95. Old school, my line and tried to hit me at the jive about his uncle, sister, daughter, brother, cousin named Clive, who rolled Willie B's and tried to free from the high. Look, gossip's really not my number one forte or my fourth, fifth, but I can try to kick it this way. For every action, consequences may be equal. And if you from where we from, can be for every action, consequences may be equal. And if you from where we from, consequences can be lethal. But as a man, you gotta do what you must. Strengthen your hands and take a stand and grab the horns of the buck. And if you're not about that life, then gonna give the shit up. Yo, you say you kinda artsy, gonna pick the pen up. He say, what you mean, bro? I'm really about that action. What you mean, bro? I'm really about that action. The phone mean, bro, I'm really about that action. I hung the phone up before I caused a chain reaction. Yeah, unsure about the footing of his next step. He say he trying to do right, but I can feel the combo go left. So if you don't want to get down with me, then you don't want to pick from my apple. Now if you don't want to get down with me, then you just don't want to get down. If you don't want to get down with me, then you don't want to pick from my apple. Now if you don't want to get down with me, then you just don't want to be down. If you don't want to get down with me, then you don't want to pick from my apple tree. Now if you don't want to get down with me, then you just don't want to be down. I see the writing on the walls as I maneuver. Oftentimes you chase the bag and it's filled with the maneuver. Throw some seeds in that bitch, fuck the minutia. Rose grew through hardship as I'm looking at Medusa. To express that I'm hurt simply means that I am stronger. Success that I felt never really touched the hunger. Call wifey up, babe, I'ma be a bit longer. Haven't found the one that I've been longing for. The record, I can never give up. In the darkest of the dark, I'm always turning it up. This must have seed to a mountain, faith lifting it up. Yo, I need to talk to God, can you pass the dope? Yo, I'm a different breed. Yo, I'm a different breed. From swag and vibration. Go on and take it. Go on and take it. So if you don't want to get down, said if you don't want to get down. Now if you don't want to get down, said if you don't. Can't nobody do it like my pop.
That chain does 100 points.
Can't nobody do it, no. Can't nobody do it, no. Can't nobody do it. But up from the hood, my pops taught me a lot. It wasn't just what he said, but how he handled his crops. Rude with an iron fist, you either like it or not. But the man I am today, Chubb, I thank you a lot. From a seed we didn't have, no, the finest of the finest. It slowly built character, prepare me for what life is. The laws you broke down still carry weight where I live. Always leave with respect, and you see what man's truth is. Your father to the fatherless, security for the weak. Always told me if I fell down, I better stand on my feet. Never walk away, your kids are your responsibility. Even when you're at your lowest, like the bottom of the sea. Men don't eat on paper plates, yo, that never bothered me. But I do it cause you said it, so that's how it's gotta be. As far as that is go, you are the best to hit the scene. Ain't a song long enough to account for all the deeds. I'm your son, you're my father. In the mirror you see me, you love dance with my father. Hope you like it equally. Son, you're my father. In the mirror you see me, you love dance with my father. Hope you like this equally, yeah. Can't nobody do it like my pops. I'm screaming from the front of motherfucking tippy tie. Can't nobody do it like my pops. Can't nobody do it like my pops. Can't nobody do it like my pops. When I'm sleepy and I'm tired, I rub my feet just like my pops. Can't nobody do it like my pops. Can't nobody do it like my pops. Can't nobody do it like my pops. I got an attitude and I get it from my pops. Can't nobody do it like, can't nobody do it, can't nobody do it like, can't nobody do it like my pops. I pops.
You're muted, TQuest. Your mic is muted. You're muted.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And shout out to DJ El Nino for playing that and flexing that.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that. I was not expecting that. That's dope. That was dope.
Appreciate that, sir. That father's love, that father's joint, yo, that's crazy. That joint's crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
That
I
hit
like
different.
that.
I was not expecting that. That caught me off guard.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate that song, man. Strong song.
Yeah,
brother.
man. No problem.
It's interesting because I've never actually heard the song as of yet because I was going to listen to it, and as soon as the beat hit, I was just like, oh my god, I'm about to get emotional. Like, I'm a G of TQuest. Let's have that. You know, it's because some songs they hit different.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, for sure.
I don't.
And then it's Father's Day anthem, man. Next weekend is Father's Day anthem, man. I want that to be played everywhere. You know what I mean? For the guys that are dads, for the guys that are really in the paint. You know what I mean? Like that's for us.
Absolutely. And it is weird. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna have a human moment because everybody knows I'm not human. But I don't maybe you guys can help me, when it comes to certain songs like that, it's supposed to be a great song. It makes you appreciate your mom and your dads, but those songs makes me too emotional that I really don't want to hear those songs. Is that weird?
Yeah. Nah, I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird at all. That song was difficult to even write because I was like, ugh. And I'm saying positive things, but I just know when he hears this, he's gonna feel so proud, and he's gonna know that his kid loves him 100%. You know what I mean? Like no doubt in his mind. And so that knowing that he was gonna feel that way it would make me emotional. And that's why, just like Dear Mama, those are like seasonal songs, and I can respect that. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't think you're weird.
Now, I've written, as a writer and recording artist myself, when I wear that hat, because I wear tons of hats, like I've written a lot of stuff like that, but I've never actually recorded it because I'm like, I don't even think I can get to the recording, let alone finish it, let them hear it. But at the same time, these are the songs that needs to be out there. So I have to put my big girl panties on and, just release it. Just like when it comes to weddings, like when I write my songs, I usually customize them per couple. I'm locking myself in as if I'm the one in love. So I can never get through the song without getting emotional. I'm like, dang, that was so close right there at the bridge.
For sure.
But that's what music is supposed to do. It's supposed to hit you differently.
Yeah.
It's supposed to give you that experience. If it's hurt, feel the hurt. If it's pain, if it's love, feel the love. It's supposed to mean emotion. It's supposed to hit like that. And that's why I say shout out to the artists that's out there making quality music.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But Nino, any words before we wrap this up?
I'm just saying, I had not heard that song before today, but I'm going to hear it a lot of times after today. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's just the tip. Like, that was song number 4 I ever created in my life. I had never, that's number 4. You know what I mean? And so that's just off my first album. Like, this summer is going to be so crazy. I got so much stuff, man. And it only gets better. So everybody be prepared for the single coming out. Sunday is about to be nuts. That's a summer vibe. It ain't gonna pull on your heartstrings, but it will make you feel good. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Stay connected. I promise I got you.
Okay.
That is. Looking forward to hearing the project, my brother. Looking forward to hearing
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is the time of the show where you can say any and everything you want to for new listeners and new potential fans and supporters. And before we go, I want to say shout out to DJ Cyclops out of Texas. He said he loves those tracks, and I'm just gonna put in rotation for you. But yeah, like I said, it's your time of the show to talk to your new fans and new supporters. Like, you can tell them where to find you at on social media. You can tell them how to get in touch with you. You can tell them where to stream your music. Like, this is your time, as if you're on stage and all these new strangers are in the crowd and they're just there waiting to hear something from you.
Well, yeah, of course, man. Welcome my Mundalians. And listen, if you enjoy quality music, man, and just like real authentic, original sound, content, no matter what, if it's upbeat, if it's relaxed, it's gonna make you feel whatever that feeling is. You're 100% gonna get it. And the quality of music only gets better. So come join the train, man. It definitely is never gonna stop. It's only going to get better. Like you can find me on Instagram. That's j.monday9390. Twitter is a little different. It's at Monday9390. On all streaming platforms. That's Tidal, that's Amazon Music, that's Apple Music, that's Spotify. My initial album Pathless Travel is there. Please check that out. Audio Mac is the new release of my homage mixtape. You guys will love that. You can go to YouTube and catch that visually as well. You type in homage mixtape J.Monday, you'll find it there as well. So I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the support. Shout out to Miss TQuest for inviting me on. I definitely appreciate it, and I look forward to speaking with you again once I make another banger and you invite me back, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, because it's not easy for people to make another appearance on the show.
I know. I heard.
But no, you definitely get the stamp of approval, and like I said, I appreciate you taking the time out to be here on the TQuest show. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. And yes, we're definitely gonna put your music in rotation and put it out there, because when you're putting feel good music and quality music out there, the people need to hear it. And as one of the tastemakers in the industry, I'm going to make sure that I do my part, as in letting the people hear it so they can do their part and paying it forward and letting other people hear your great music. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So I'm going to follow you on social media, and I do expect to follow back.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
From the TQuest page, as well as God Love Me Radio, home of the music and conversations that you want to hear. And I appreciate you being here on the show. And special shout out to DJ Il Nina, always flexing the artist's music and the visuals. And today, his outfits brought to you by the GLM collection, which you can find on our website, GodLoveMeWorld.com. I see the merch. I see him with the snapback and the shirt. That Rare Breed is looking super dope on you, Nino. But once again, everyone, make sure you're going to follow J Monday on all social media platforms and stream his music and just get to know him. And all my listeners that are DJs, if you like his music and everything, definitely contact him. And I'm sure him and his team will put together a DJ service pack, whatever you guys need to help him push his music. And shout out to DJ Cyclops. He said your music will be in his rotation for his Cyclops experience. Look at that. Already.
Oh, man, appreciate you, DJ Cyclops.
I'm trying to tell you, this is what we do here on the TQuest show. The Quest effect is real. And I know DJ El Nina love your music. And if he likes your music, that means you're actually onto something special. He's one of those tastemakers that don't just play anything because his reputation's on the line.
I can hear it in his voice.
You can hear it in his voice?
I can hear it in his voice. It sounds like a serious man. So when I got the stamp from him, I was like, yo, I know I'm good.
Absolutely.
That is.
There you go. Well, once again, I appreciate you, J Money, for being here on the TQuest show. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. Special shout out to DJ El Nino for always flexing the music. And you guys know your girl TQuest always got your back, so long as you download that TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store and your App Store for free. I'm going to make sure that I have all my guest information up there on the streaming site. So just in case you missed it during the live broadcast, no matter what radio station you are tuning from, I got your back on the streaming site, so you guys can follow up and follow and do your job as a supporter and a fan. It is your job to listen to the show. It is your job to go stream the music. It is your job to follow the people. It is your job to do the supporting part. We put in the work and we invest in what we do. Now it's time for you to do your part. Support is free. Now you don't even have to really technically buy the music, even though we still love that part too, but you can just listen to it on the streaming platform. And that's your way of supporting. It's not that hard. Life don't have to be that hard. It's you humans that's making it difficult. Get it together. Okay? Now. Just being honest. But once again, I appreciate you guys. And you guys know, make sure you hit us up on GodLoveMeWorld.com, where you can find the radio station. You can find our merchandise, you can find my music, you can find our graphic designs, our media. We have everything for music artists, business people, DJs. We're here, built this company to help all you guys out. All you got to do is contact us and see where we can help you elevate and increase, not just in business, but in life too, because we are the village that have to be here for one another. Once again, it's your girl TQuest. You're tuned into the TQuest show. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. And remember, life is too short. Don't be out there stressing people out. You don't like to be stressed, and the rest of us don't neither, okay? Have your moment because you're human, but don't allow it to last longer than it should. One life. Cherish it and take advantage of it. Now, on that note, we're over and out.